May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Ashna, have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Ashna Choudhary, you are from Hapur, Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
And Ashna has taken anthropology as the optional.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, Ashna has done BA in English.
Yes, sir.
Ashna has got reading, yoga and jogging as its hobbies. And you have also worked in an NGO also. And your preference is IAS, IFS and then IPS. Okay. So, Ashna, I wanted to ask you, do you think organ donation should be made compulsory in this country? There is such a waiting list for kidneys and other organs
Yes, sir.
that by the time the patient dies sometimes. So do you think by legislation one should make the organ donation compulsory?
Sir, organ donation has increased in the country with the annual organ donors being reached 12,000 in the country, in the nation. However, I don't feel it should be made compulsory. It should be left to the will of the person donating. And though yes, health sector requires donors, great number of donors. However, making it compulsory, I think, would take away the right to choose for people. So I think it should not be made compulsory.
Because the problem which we are facing in this country basically arising out of population, pollution and corruption. They are the three main problems. And I think sometimes very bitter pill is necessary. So one of them could be organ donation. The second which I wanted to ask you, do you think Indians are very indisciplined people? And do you think that military training should be made compulsory for everyone, all citizens, and particularly the civil servants?
Sir, I would say some form of training is important for the civil servants, but civil sphere and the military sphere are very different spheres. So we require a different kind of training. With civil servants, they have to deal with citizens at the ground level in their day-to-day work. Whereas the military is relatively insulated, relatively isolated from the civil society, and hence different kinds of training are required suited to the work that both the organs do. Talking about Indians being indisciplined, I would say it's a very general statement. And I have known Indians who are very disciplined as well, also in history.
When they go abroad, yes, they are very disciplined. But in this country, they are not very disciplined. You know, if there is a sign which says that no parking, you will but park the car there itself. We are so indisciplined.
Sir,
we have scant respect for the laws.
Sir, I would say rather than military training, we should incorporate certain disciplinary studies into the educational curriculum.
But military training has got a low-hanging fruit, and that is discipline comes along with it.
Yes.
So, any other kind of training probably will not bring in the kind of compulsiveness, which military training brings about. Okay, anyway, that's your fault. Tell me, why is it that all the national parties, most of them, they exist above the Tropic of Cancer, and the regional parties are mostly below the Tropic of Cancer? If you have noticed it,
yes,
almost all the regional parties, they are below the Tropic of Cancer, and the national parties are above.
Sir,
Could you think of some reason?
Sir, I would say regional parties are diffused throughout the country. We find various regional parties in the northeast as well, in Jammu and Kashmir as well, in Uttar Pradesh as well. So, for instance, the Bahujan Samaj Party has mostly been has not been granted the status of national party as of yet. So, I would say regional parties are diffused in the
but
nation,
predominantly
but
they are in the southern parts of the country.
Predominantly they are in the southern part, yes.
Any
sir.
reason you could ascribe to that?
Sir, I would say that the criteria for designating a party as the national party could be seen as one. The population of the southern states has been on the decline, and hence the votes in the Lok Sabha or the seats in the Lok Sabha secured by these parties have been slightly reduced, which has been consistently flagged off by the parties from the southern India.
Could
as
it
well.
also be ascribed to the languages? The northern part of this country has almost uniform language, which is common to almost all states, that is Hindi.
Yes, sir.
Southern parts of the country, they have got different languages. So the national party status one is not able to achieve. Okay. All right. Tell me how multinational corporation influence the policies making in different countries. Can you give some examples? It has the bargaining power.
Yes, sir. Sir, could I please take some time?
Yes, all right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I would say that the multinational corporations are seen as the soft power by various countries as well, nations as well. For instance, USA after the Cold War has harped on its soft power predominantly and has tweaked its policies to suit the neoliberal order, which is more towards the proliferation of these multinational corporations. For instance, the McDonaldization equated with globalization could be seen as one of the examples, wherein US policies have particularly been suited to these corporations becoming the giants and then also going about in the world.
Examples, if you could give better examples. For example, IBM
Yes, sir.
or Ranbaxy, they have been influencing the policies of the respective national governments. Okay.
All right, sir. I'll look it up.
Yeah, you have a look at it. How the IT policies have been influenced by some of these giant MNCs and so on, and COVID-19 also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ashna